and welcome to the sixth and final session of AI-900, Microsoft Azure AI Fundamentals. I hope you have had a chance to watch the other videos in this series and build a strong foundation in AI concepts. I'm Alexandra, Senior Technical Trainer in Data and AI and AI Course Lead at Microsoft. Before we begin, let me share a little bit about myself. I have been teaching technology for over 10 years. I speak 5 languages fluently, and I have traveled to more than 50 countries. If you would like to connect, you can find me on LinkedIn via aka.ms/Alexandra. Today, we'll explore one of the most practical and powerful applications of AI, information extraction and content understanding. In this session, we will learn how AI can transform unstructured data into actionable insights and how it can interpret and classify content intelligently. We will look at how Azure AI services like document intelligence help extract text and analyze forms, and how Azure AI Search enables knowledge mining across large datasets. We'll also cover AI content understanding, which allows systems to categorize, summarize, and interpret documents, making it easier to automate workflows and improve decision-making. By the end of this session, you will understand how these tools can streamline processes, enhance compliance, and unlock new possibilities for building intelligent solutions. To make this interactive, think about the type of content your organization handles most often: images, documents, audio, and video. This will help you relate the concept we will cover today to your own work. Our session has 2 main parts. First, we will look at the concept behind AI-powered information extraction. Then, we'll move into practical steps for getting started with these capabilities in Azure. Organizations today manage a wide range of content: documents, videos, audio recordings, images, and text. A common challenge is identifying and storing key information from this content in a structured way. For example, a manufacturer might analyze product images to detect defects before shipping. A finance team could process invoices and contracts to extract payment details. Customer services departments often transcribe recorded calls to analyze sentiment and improve quality. Streaming platforms tag important video moments with metadata for better search and recommendations. Manual processing of this information is slow and prone to errors. AI-powered information extraction automates the process, making it faster and more accurate. In this session, we'll explore the core concept behind these capabilities. The process typically begins by identifying the source of information and digitizing it if necessary. Next comes extraction, where machine learning techniques pull data from the digitized content. After that, the data is transformed and structured into formats as JSON or tables. Finally, the processed information is stored in databases, data lakes, or analytics platforms for further use. Image scanning a contract. Author extracts the text. Natural language processing identifies entities like client name and contract value. And the structured data is stored in a database for reporting. AI-powered extraction eliminates the need for manual inspection. Computer vision detects objects, people, and text in images using models trained on large datasets. Retailers use this to monitor shelf stock levels. Optical character recognition, or OCR, converts printed or handwritten text into digital format. Banks rely on OCR to digitize handwritten checks for faster processing. Forms and documents contain tags that carry semantic meaning. Semantic meaning refers to the intended interpretation of words, phrases, or symbols in a given context. It goes beyond the literal definition of word syntax and focuses on what the word or sentence actually conveys. Document intelligence describes AI capabilities that process text and attach semantic meaning to the extracted content. It extends optical character recognition by not only digitizing text, but also understanding its purpose. This automation transforms how organizations handle structured and semi-structured documents. Imagine an organization processing thousands of receipts for expense claims, project costs, and other accounting purposes. With document intelligence, the company can take a scanned image of a receipt, digitize the text using OCR, and there interpret the semantic meaning of each element. This interpretation is expressed as field value pairs. The field name represents the type of data. The description explains what the field means, and the value contains the actual data. For example, in an invoice, recognized field might include the merchant's name, address, and phone number, the date and time of purchase, item names, quantities, and prices, and total subtotals and tax amounts. Each recognized element is mapped to its position in the document using bounding boxes. For instance, the address might be stored as a field called address, with a value like 123 Main Street, and coordinates. Machine learning models interpret these patterns because they are trained to recognize relationships between text and spatial layout. Every extracted field is associated with the confidence score, a value between 0 and 1, that indicates the likelihood of accuracy. A score close to 1 means that data can be trusted to represent what appears in the original document. Information extraction is not limited to text-based documents. AI-powered techniques can be combined to process multiple modalities of content, including documents, video, and audio. This orchestration enables advanced scenarios such as digital asset management, workflow automation, and generating deeper insights. Natural language processing, or NLP, identifies key phrases, entities, and sentiment in written or spoken language. Speech recognition converts spoken words into text, whether from recorded audio files or live streams, making them ready for further analysis. Generative AI adds flexibility by allowing users to define custom fields such as summary and generate values based on unstructured content. For example, a user could request a summary of a legal contract, and the system would create that field dynamically. These combined techniques unlock powerful capabilities for organizations, enabling them to extract, interpret, and act on information across diverse content types. We will now explore AI information extraction scenarios. You can follow this demo on Microsoft Learn, as this exercise is available also in the free access. In this demo, we will see some most common scenario for AI information extraction scenarios. So our first app we use for extracting fields from receipts. Let's say we want to upload the receipt to summarize it or to make an expense report. So here I provided receipt, it's extracted vendor, date, and amount spent. It could be a different one. Again, if I provide it to this application, it will provide me the vendor name, the date, and amount, total amount after tax available on these receipts. And let's have a look on the third one. Again, different type of the receipt, and the application is still capable to recap the main information. Another example of information extraction solution could be extracting information From the voice messages left for my coffee shop, let's say, here I have a vocal message that was registered, summary fit, color company, sentiment analysis, task associated with this phone call, and content details if available. I could also listen to the message if I want, or just use as the main extracted information to contact the person back if this contact is available, to follow up on the tasks provided. So very useful, especially, let's say here I have only 3 phone calls, but let's imagine if my corporate coffee shop or my small business coffee shop has thousands of it and I want to analyze them fastly. I can use this kind of apps for information extraction. I hope you enjoy it. Let's come back to our presentation. Now that we have explored the concept behind AI-powered information extraction, let's see how these capabilities come to life in Azure. Microsoft provides a suite of cloud-based AI services that make it possible to analyze, extract, and organize information from a wide variety of digital content. These services are designed to work individually or in combination, enabling you to build solutions that range from simple data capture to advanced multimodal analysis. Azure offers several core services for information extraction. Each service addresses a specific need, but together they form a powerful ecosystem for automating workflows and generating insights. First, Azure AI Vision Image Analysis focuses on extracting insights from images. It can detect and identify common objects, generate captions and tags, and even extract text embedding in images. Imagine scanning a business card with your phone and instantly capturing the contact details. This is a practical example of vision image analysis in action. Next, Azure AI Content Understanding takes these things further by using generative AI for multimodal analysis. It can process structured documents, images, audio and video, making it ideal for scenarios where information comes from multiple sources. For instance, you could analyze a recorded meeting and extract key discussion points along with related visual content. Azure AI Document Intelligence specializes in forms and structured documents, such as invoices, receipts, and purchase orders. It doesn't just digitize text, it understands the semantic meaning behind fields and values, enabling automation of tasks like expense processing or purchase order validation. These services can be used individually or combined to create comprehensive solutions. For example, you can capture data from images, automate business processes by reading forms and triggering workflows, summarize meetings by analyzing audio and video recordings, manage digital assets by tagging and indexing media files, or mine knowledge from scanned records to populate databases. AI Document Intelligence is designed for complex document and form processing. While Azure AI Content Understanding can also extract fields from forms, Document Intelligence goes further with a rich library and pre-built models, covering everything from simple receipts to highly detailed tax forms. And if those models don't fit your needs, you can create custom models tailored to your organization. Picture this: a financial loan company processing hundreds of mortgage applications every day. Each application might be 11-page long, but even the first page contains critical fields: borrower name, address, phone number, social security number, date birth, employment details, employer information, and so on. Document Intelligence includes a pre-built model for this type of form, making it easy to locate and extract these fields automatically, without any manual data entry. And when pre-built models aren't enough, you can train custom models. The process starts by labeling your documents, using OCR to define the layout and identify the fields you want to extract. Once labeled, the model learns patterns and relationship in your documents, enabling accurate extraction of structured data from even the most complex forms. Azure AI Content Understanding uses advanced AI models to analyze content across multiple formats as text, audio, images, and video. It goes beyond simple OCR by applying schema-driven analysis, which means it can identify fields and values even when the labels differ or are missing. Imagine you define a schema for invoices with the fields like vendor name, invoice number, invoice date, customer details, and so on. When you apply this schema, Content Understanding detects these fields and extracts these values accurately. For example, it might identify Adventure Work Cycles as a vendor, 1334 as invoice number, and list of each purchased item with the description, unit price, quantity, and line total, creating a structured representation ready for integration into your business systems. It doesn't stop at text. Content Understanding also processed audio files to provide transcription, summaries, and actionable insights. Suppose you want AI to summarize voicemail messages. You define a schema with the fields like caller name, message summary, requested action, and alternative contact details. When a caller says, "Hi, this is Anna from Contoso, please email me at anna.contoso.com," the system extracts Anna's name, summarizes the message, identifies the requested action, and captures the email address. Beyond text and audio, Content Understanding can analyze images and video using custom schemas. For instance, you might analyze a conference room image to determine location, in-person attendees, remote attendees, and total participants. If the image shows one person in the room and 3 on a video call, the system reports 1 in-person attendee, 3 remote attendees, and total of 4 participants. For recorded video, the schema could include attendance over time and speaker identification. Azure AI Search is more just than a search engine. It's a cloud-based service that indexes and enriches data from multiple sources, turning raw content into structured, searchable information. What makes it powerful is its ability to integrate AI skills like image analysis, language understanding, and document intelligence into the indexing process. This combination enables advanced solutions for digital asset management and enterprise knowledge mining. Before we dive deeper, let's clarify 2 key concepts: the index and the indexer. The index is a searchable data structure that stores extracted information in an organized way. Think of it as a catalog of fields and values that user can query. For example, an index might include document titles, authors, tags, and sentiment score, making it easy to filter and search. The indexer, on the other hand, is the engine that builds and updates the index. It defines the workflow for ingesting data from sources like Azure storage or databases, cracking documents to extract text and images, applying AI skills to enrich the content, and persisting the results into the index. The indexer runs on schedule or on demand, ensuring the index stays current as new data arrives. Here is how the process works. The indexer starts by ingesting data from a source, such as a container of PDF documents. It cracks each document to retrieve text and images, then apply AI skill to extract meaningful insights. For example, Azure AI Vision can generate captions and tags for images, Azure AI Language can detect sentiment and named entities, and Azure AI Document Intelligence can extract structural fields from forms. Once enriched, the data is stored in the index, making it searchable through keywords, and filters. Beyond creating a searchable index, Azure AI Search can also persist extracting assets to a knowledge store in Azure Storage. This includes tables of field values, images extracted from documents, and JSON representation of complex data structures. These assets can be used for analytics, reporting, or integration with other systems, unlocking deeper insights from your content. By combining indexing, AI-driven enrichment, and knowledge storage, Azure AI Search transforms unstructured data into insights, enabling organizations to build powerful knowledge mining solutions. Now, let's move to the demo. We'll extract the data using content understanding in the Azure AI Foundry portal. This will show how schema-based analysis works in practice and how easily you can process multimodal content. Don't hesitate to follow this demo. This exercise is available on the free access on Microsoft Learn. In this demo, we will see how we can extract data with content understanding in Azure AI Foundry portal. So first, you need to connect to ai.azure.com. It will open your Azure AI Foundry portal. And after that, when you scroll to the bottom part of the page, you have an option Explore Azure AI Services. And it's where you can find your content understanding solution. Just right here in the middle of my screen. And you can click on Try Content Understanding, or also it's available on the bottom part to open Content Understanding section on Azure AI Foundry. To start to use it, first you will need to select an existing project or create one, and it will permit you to analyze documents, audios, and videos. So let's create a new project for it. We could name it simply AI-900 Content. And as soon as you provided the project name, you also have some advanced options here. You can change associated Azure AI Foundry resource name, or select a different resource group, or even location for this project. You have an available list of regions on this step. As soon as we launched the creation, it will take up to a few minutes to create your content understanding solution. And after it was created, you'll find some main use cases available for document analysis. Here on the center of my screen, we have insurance claims review analysis, where you have a document in the center and associated fields on the right. You can also try it for different type of the documents, like here you do have an invoice and associated field to it. And if you want, you can use existing documents that are provided to play with this content understanding solution, or even you can also upload your own files. As soon as you upload, you click Run Analysis, and it provides you on the right part of the screen the results. Like here we have content markdown, text, and tables associated with this document. If you take invoice data extraction option, it will extract key invoice data like ID, customer or vendor details, shipping and billing information, line items, and so on. Again, if you want, you can do it on your own in Voices. So here we see that it's extracted multiple values. It also did provide a confidence score for each of them. And if I want, I can review the same information in JSON, where you find the confidence level and location of each word on this document. You can also use contract data extraction to extract the key information from legal contracts in our company. So we have information available on the document as well as on the right side in the fields. And as we can use content understanding for documentation, we can also use it for audio and video analysis right here. Sometimes we use same kind of forms for our files at work. If it's your case, I highly recommend to create your personalized schema and customize the fields that you want to retrieve. It's why you have this a custom part in which one you can create a task and your own custom schema. And as soon as you deploy your schema and your custom task, you will find your new analyzer in the analyzer list. So it's custom task and analyzer lists are pre-created for custom solutions. And also, as we can use custom task for document analysis, we can do the same for audio and video analysis and create those analyzer on your own data. That's why I'm suggesting always you to try it out. Also, when you want, you can use existing video or upload your own files here, just next to the existing video. And when you run analysis on the video, it will not only extract the transcript, but also provide you some useful information like different segments of your video, as well as the short description of your video, and more detailed information will be available also in the JSON format. So we can download this JSON file if you want to analyze it or customize the solution as well, and to create analyzer by using your own custom schema. So let's recap a bit what we have covered so far. So first you create a project, and as soon as your project is created, you have built a customized section in which one you will find content understanding. You have tried out to use existing pre-built templates, or you can use custom task to create your own schema and analyzers for your custom needs. I hope you enjoyed. Let's come back to our slides. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to recap what we have covered in this session. We explored how information extraction brings together OCR, machine learning, and even generative AI to identify fields and extract values from a wide range of content. These techniques enable organizations to automate document processing, reduce manual effort, and unlock insights from text, images, audio, and video. We also looked at how Azure makes this possible. With Azure AI Document Intelligence, you can extract structured data from complex forms and invoices. Using Azure AI Content Understanding, you can analyze multimodal content, combining text, images, videos, and language interpretation for richer insights. And with Azure AI Search, you can build powerful knowledge mining solutions that surface relevant information across large data sets. This concludes our sixth and final session of the AI-900 course. Your learning journey doesn't stop here. There are so many ways to keep building your skills. Watch other videos in this series, revisit the free learning passes on Microsoft Learn, and explore hands-on labs to reinforce what you have learned. If you're planning to earn your Microsoft Certified Azure AI Fundamentals credential, these resources will help you prepare for the exam and validate your expertise. Thank you for joining me throughout this course. I hope you enjoy learning about AI and Azure services as much as I enjoyed guiding you. Keep exploring, keep practicing, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye, everyone!